पिछली दफ़ा अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो थोड़ा सा कुछ डिस्टर्बेंस हो गया था, तो पिछले दर्स का ही हिस्सा है, लेकिन सूरे निसा की 41 आयत अगर आप पढ़े ऑनवर्ड इंशाल्लाह।
जी जरूर इंशाल्लाह। أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فكيف إذا جئنا من كل أمة بشهيد وجئنا بك على هؤلاء شهيدا يومئذ يود الذين كفروا وعصوا الرسول لو تسوى بهم الأرض ولا يكتمون الله حديثا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تقربوا الصلاة وأنتم سكارى حتى تعلموا ما تقولون ولا جنبا إلا عابري سبيل حتى تغتسلوا وإن كنتم مرضى أو على سفر أو جاء أحد منكم من الغائط أو جاء أحد منكم من الغائط أو لامستم النساء فلم تجدوا ماء فتيمموا صعيدا طيبا فامسحوا بوجوهكم وأيديكم إن الله كان عفوا غفورا. ألم تر إلى الذين أوتوا نصيبا من الكتاب يشترون الضلالة ويريدون أن تضلوا السبيل والله أعلم بأعدائكم وكفى بالله وليا وكفى بالله نصيرا. من الذين هادوا يحرفون الكلم عن مواضعه ويقولون سمعنا وعصينا واسمع غير مسمع وراعنا ليا بألسنتهم وطعنا في الدين ولو أنهم قالوا سمعنا وأطعنا واسمع وانظرنا لكان خيرا لهم وأقوم ولكن لعنهم الله بكفرهم فلا يؤمنون إلا قليلا. يا أيها الذين أوتوا الكتاب آمنوا بما نزلنا مصدقا لما معكم من قبل أن نطمس وجوها فنردها على أدبارها أو نلعنهم كما لعنا أصحاب السبت وكان أمر الله مفعولا. إن الله لا يغفر أن يشرك به ويغفر ما دون ذلك لمن يشاء ومن يشرك بالله فقد افترى إثما عظيما. ألم تر إلى الذين يزكون أنفسهم بل الله يزكي من يشاء ولا يظلمون فتيلا. انظر كيف يفترون على الله الكذب وكفى به إثما مبينا. صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغ رسوله النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم.
Jazakallah, brother Faiz. So we are beginning, inshallah, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So we will, inshallah, begin with the previous lesson that starts with the 41 ayat of Surah An-Nisa. And this ayat 41 is very important, and our scholar, because in which Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and Aqidah Nabuwat is defined in that. We believe in Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam being Hazir and Nazir, being ever present and ever witnessing. And this is the ayat that we give a proof. So let me study this ayat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فكيف إذا جئنا من كل أمة بشهيد وجئنا بك على هؤلاء شهيدا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing that in the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring a witness from each of the nation and will bring that person, most probably Nabi, Allah knows the best, as a witness to them, what good deeds they did, what bad deeds they do, and what they did and what they did not do. And he will bring you, that means Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, on all of them. So how is that? Like Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the last of the prophet, how he will go and witness on all the previous nation, because there will be a witness from each of the nation, but Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will be witness on all of them. That is a proof that Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is Hazir and Nazir. The reason for that is, if we look at our present situation, like in order to bear a witness, you have to be present. For example, in the court of law, everybody, somebody wants to give a witness, he has to be there. Like he said that I'm the eyewitness of this situation. I'm witness that such and such person was there at that particular incident, or he was not there at that. So the presence of that, to be Hazir, is an important aspect of that. And Nazir means to see it. So that is the proof, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we had read it in the previous chapter being the Surah Ali Imran, the 5 ruku of that, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Wa is akhazna mithaqakum." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he took oath from all of the prophets to be obedient to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Alam Arwah. So all the prophets had taken the oath of obedience and allegiance to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when they came to this world, which is Alam Shahadat, so they all of them in their respective time told their followers that if you find Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so you have to support him and obey him. And this is the one that was the oath that prophets had taken in the Alam Arwah. But this is something that will happen in the day of judgment, that all of the prophets will be the witness to their nation, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be witness to all of those nations. So the day will be a very dreadful day for the wrongdoers of disbelievers, those people who are disobedient to Allah and His Prophet and His message and His ayats. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayat said, "Yawmazin yawmal lazina kafaru wa asul rasul law tasabihim al-arda." So they wish they were dust. Like, all the punishment they would see that they are coming forth towards them, they will say, "Oh, we wish we would be equal to the dust. We would not exist," and all that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish the bad doers, and Allah will reward all the good doers in that, with a good iman and all that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in the day of judgment, another thing that will be important, that each of those people will go to their respective prophets and plead with them that intercede for us, and say that whatever the this reckoning and whatever the accounting has to be done, it should be done hastily, because it's a long time. So the thing is very hard on everybody. They will go to each of the prophets, but all of them will refuse that, I will not go and intercede for you. But that's when all of them will go to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam will have that honor. Maqam Mahmud will be the highest honor to any prophet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given, and that will be given to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will intercede for his followers, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept his intercession on our behalf. And now this new rukun starts. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu la taqrabu as-salata wa antum sukara hatta ta'lamu ma taquluna. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that do not approach or do not perform salat when you are intoxicated until you understand what you are reciting. So this is the second ayat regarding the prohibition of alcohol. The first one, in which when people ask Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed that this is an act in which there's no more harm than benefit to you. So people realize that it is a very harmful thing for us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gradually told Muslims not to consume alcohol. And this is the hikmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Prophet, that alcoholic society like Arabia, in which through the wisdom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala implemented the ban on alcohol. Just imagine that in 1920s, United States of America, when all the intellectuals, all the health experts, all the doctors, all the politicians realized that there is no such thing more evil to the health and the social atmosphere than alcohol. So what they did, they totally banned, this is called the prohibition period. They banned alcohol. But that ban could not work out. Why? Because they did not have the hikmah of divine wisdom in that. But Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through that divine guidance, in the 3 ayat, this is the second ayat, in which Muslims are forbidden not to perform namaz, and not only to perform the namaz, but not to approach the masjid. If and somebody is intoxicated, he cannot even enter the masjid. So here, one lafz, salat is used in two things. One is to actually perform the salat or perform the namaz, and second thing is not to enter a place of worship, which is masjid. So both are things. And the background goes, since the prohibition of alcohol in Islam was gradual, and the term that is used by scholars, these scholars, is called tadrij. Tadrij means step by step. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam implemented the whole Sharia in 23 years. And the initial message was just the tawheed, believe in oneness of God, and do not, worship idols, do not, kill your own children out of that, and do not commit adultery. So these were the basic things, and slowly, salat, zakat, and those things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibited that came. So in the second, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not only that, but in this ayat also the command of tayammum is also coming. That this came in the Madani period, the tayammum, but before that there was no command of that. That if the water is unavailable, you can use the tayammum. That can rectify, the both uncleanness is called hadas, and there are two kind of hadas: hadas-e-asghar and hadas-e-akbar. Hadas-e-asghar, in which you are in the state of impurity, that can be corrected by performing wudu. So that can be corrected, and there's another kind called hadas-e-akbar, means the bigger uncleanness, and that can only be corrected if you take a ghusl or Islamic shower. That's the thing. But both of them, like if in case you are traveling, you are sick, you are in a condition where the water is not available, you can rectify both hadas-e-asghar, which requires wudu to purify yourself, or hadas-e-akbar, which requires Islamic ghusl or Islamic shower to purify yourself. They can be corrected, they can be purified by doing this tayammum. In tayammum, the difference between tayammum and actually proper ablution is that in tayammum, you are just making an intention, and your intention is to obey Allah and His Prophet, although the water is not available and it is not the real thing, but you are showing your intention. Innamal a'malu binniyat, that you are purifying yourself, and until your travel is finished, or you are recovered from any health problem, so then you do the proper washing of yourself through wudu to correct the hadas-e-asghar, and hadas-e-akbar through taking a shower. That is except from that. So, if I'm not mistaken, it is these ayat of tayammum came when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was coming back from a war. I do not remember which war was that, but it was one of the wars. And Allah Subhanahu wa Taala in the end of the ayat is saying that how the tayammum should be done. A clean mud, a clean clay, it can be used for that. So what you do is just pretend, and not pretend, but basically you are making intention that if I had water, I would have obeyed Allah and His Prophet and clean myself. So you put your hand on the mud or clay, and then you're sort of mimicking actually, but washing your hands and you're washing your face, and that will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that He's afuwan ghafura, that He's very merciful and very forgiving, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through that will make your intention. And in this next ayat, أَلَمْ تَرَ إِلَى الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا نَصِيبًا مِنَ الْكِتَابِ يَشْتَرُونَ الضَّلَالَةَ وَيُرِيدُونَ أَنْ تُضِلُّوا السَّبِيلَ. And now all the leniencies that Muslims were given, that they were given this leniency of food, that all the food was halal, all the halal food, all the things that. So in the Jewish and Christians, they considered camel meat as haram and all that. So basically, their religion was the same that was brought by Musa alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam. But what they did, continuous disobedience and disrespect to prophets, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a punishment put some restrictions on them. So, but this is not the original Sharia, but it was a punishment that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put on them. But when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, being the Rahmat al-Alameen, when he came, and his religion was very easy. Nothing was in terms of food, in terms of marriage life, nothing was forward. Like in this day, Christian priests are not allowed to marry, and they still considered that in terms of eating meat, Jewish they interpret that only hind legs of a animal like cow and sheep can consume, not the only the two front legs they will eat, not the hind legs. So this is the restriction when they see that we are following this strict interpretation of Sharia and Muslims have an easy way. So they came as a jealousy and told them Nabi was a Muslim, and they wanted to divert Muslims that this is not the Sharia, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemning that. And what they would do, some of them genuinely converted to Islam, but some of them, what they did, they would come and attend the mahfil or the attendance of the week of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, but they did not come with a good intention. They will ask those questions that very much they asked the previous prophets. They asked Musa alayhi salam, and they asked the other thing, and which they did not show the respect. And especially they would use a word Ra'ina. So Ra'ina means listen to us. But if you stretch this word Ra'ina, so Ra'ina means a very bad meaning, and so we cannot even think of explaining it here. But some in the general vocabulary sense, if you stretch this word, it is used for a shepherd. So since they were using, and they will also twist their tongue and use it in such a way that will have another meaning of that, that will have a negative meaning, which I will not explain, but it could be explained in a general vocabulary sense to a person who's not too bright. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is condemning those things that people of book, they come, but not with a good intention, but with a negative attitude and with a negative intention. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching Muslim that people, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they should address Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Anzurna, have a look at us. So in all the nas and all that, oh please have a look of mercy at us. So this is how we should approach Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching that to Muslims in that. So it was forbidden to call Ra'ina, which is listen to us, or all that, because why? The vocabulary wise it was not, but they were these Jewish people who were coming to attend the mahfil, they were doing the twisting of their tongue. They would so they will instead of call Ra'ina or Ra'ina and similar things. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that nothing is creating in a vacuum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed a book, and this is a book that testifies that what you have. So it was not something that was. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that anybody who disobey after they have the clear sign from the Prophet, so they will make the same fate as those Jewish people who disobeyed the previous Prophet, especially Musa alayhi salam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also saying that they might meet the same fate as the people of Sab. And as we discussed in Surah Baqarah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbade Jewish people that not to conduct any business on Saturday. What they will do, they will go celebrate on Saturday, or just to be outsmart Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What they will do, those fishermen, they will go set up the nets on Friday, and technically they would not do fishing on Saturday, but Sunday they will come and pull the fishing nets. And this is the one they do. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rat came on them, and they became all the apes and monkeys. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning them that if you come and address Allah's prophet in a very disrespectful manner and try to misguide Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will send the same wrath that He had sent on the Yom al-Sabr. And their faces might, be disfigured, and their faces might turn backward. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is for them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed those things. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Inna Allah la yaghfiru an yushriku bihi wa yaghfiru ma duna zalika liman yasha. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forgive the shirk. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might forgive anything else besides that. So shirk is the biggest of all the sins. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is clearly saying that He will not forgive this shirk. Other than that, if there are minor sins, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive anybody He wishes. So shirk, since it's a very important concept in Islam, this is the Tawheed and Risala. These are the founding blocks of our Iman. So it is, I will repeat it again, that what is the true sense of Tawheed and what is shirk? Shirk is violation of Tawheed. And Tawheed is described in Surah Ikhlas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. That Allah is one. Allah is samad, means He's beyond any needs. And lam yalid wa lam yulad, He's beyond any relationship that we can compare with, like father and son, mother and son, and mother and daughter, or anything, aunt, uncle, brother. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above all that. And that He's above any shape, form that we can comprehend. So what is shirk? Shirk, we have described it, that it could be shirk akbar, could be any of those four things, that anybody who believes in any other deity other than Allah is committing shirk. Anybody is associating any of the needs, like food and sleep and everything, or he needs anybody else their help, so he's committing a shirk. Or if he's associating anybody, any relationship that with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like a son or father or brother or aunt, uncle, he's committing a shirk. Or anybody who makes a statue, form, or any image of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's committing a shirk. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that these Ahl al-Kitab, the people of Christians and Jews, what they do is they believe that they say that we are practicing monotheism, but all of them have committed shirk by associating a son with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this Qazi Ali salam, who's the prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so Jews started believing Ma'azallah, that he's the son of God. And Christians have the same belief about the Isa alayhi salam. So this is a clear sign of shirk. So Ahl al-Kitab, they are addressed, and their shirk is being condemned because they're associating the human relations that are Allah is above and beyond and pure of them. And this is somebody who falsely believes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has relations like son. This is that alone is the biggest of all the sins. He's committing by shirk. And now, alam tara ila allazina yazakuna anfusahum walillahi yazakki man yasha wa la yuzlamuna fatila. So those people who are self-righteous people from the Ahl al-Kitab, so they say that we are the one who are purified, and we are the one spiritually we can purify other people. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is again condemning their false illusion that that they are self-righteous people and all that. This particular type is that Yazaki means the one who's purified. This is the title of Nabi Sallallahu. When Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was building the Kaaba, he made the dua that from my progeny, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elect somebody who will purify people who will recite the ayahs of Quran. And this is the dua that was accepted in terms of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that from the progeny of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam summered, and he purified all the people of Arabia and the world from shirk, from kufr, from civil war, from all the false belief. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had appointed Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as the purifier. He is the one who purifies the belief. He's not only in the spiritual sense but also physical sense. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave the concept or the teachings of hygiene and the tahara, how to purify yourself through wudu, through ghusl, and how to keep yourself clean. So he was the one who gave the complete concept. And this is an exclusive title of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So inshallah we will stop here. Any brothers have any questions or comments? Inshallah. Any questions?